This is Yardbarker's Chris Mueller. The Miami Marlins made headlines for all the wrong reasons earlier this week when it came to light that 15 other players, plus 4 other members of the organization, tested positive for COVID-19. With that in mind, I wanted to give a few thoughts on the situation and how baseball and the Marlins will have to try to move forward. The first is that this is a logistical mess for the sport. Commissioner Rob Manfred can say all he wants that it wasn't a worst case or nightmare scenario, but the fact remains that the plans of the Phillies, the Yankees, and the Orioles were all negatively affected by the Marlins' positive tests. That already throws into doubt whether or not in a 66-day window, every team in the league is actually going to be able to play 60 games. If that comes to pass, baseball might have a mess on its hands, particularly with some playoff races figuring to be tight with the expanded 16-team field this season. Second thing is that this was a failure of leadership on the Marlins' part. Don Mattingly, the team's manager, Derek Jeter, the team's part owner and CEO, did nothing to bathe themselves in glory with vague statements or passing the buck on to the players. The players ultimately made the decision to play, but that really shouldn't have been left to them, and they certainly shouldn't have been the ones speaking strongly on the issue. This is a situation where Mattingly and Jeter especially needed to step up to the plate and actually act as the face of the franchise. The final thing here, and maybe the most pressing reality for Major League Baseball to confront, is that this is a consequence of human nature. Some Marlins players at some point in time clearly went out and clearly thought they were doing nothing wrong, that they were behaving innocuously just out in public, caught the virus, and spread it to some of their teammates. All the protocols in the world can't stop people from being people, and unless baseball can find a way around that, at some point this season, they are probably going to have this 60-game sprint put in jeopardy by more positive tests. That might be unpleasant to hear, but it just seems like the reality of the situation. So there you have it. A couple of thoughts on the Marlins' positive tests and what they mean for both that franchise and baseball moving forward. For Yardbarker, I'm Chris Mueller.